Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Homeland Security Studies webinar. My name is Amanda Hassan, and I'm the Director of Academic Advising, and I will be assisting with presenting the information to you today. If you have any questions that you would like to ask or any comments, please use the chat function at the bottom of your screen, and we'll be sure to answer those questions either as we move along or at the end of the session. All right, I will let Dr. Wallace and Mr. Richards go ahead and introduce themselves and give you a little bit of information about them.
Hi, everyone. My name is Michael Wallace. I'm very happy to see everyone today. Thanks for making time. I just wanted to introduce myself briefly. I am Michael Wallace. I'm the director of the program. I'm a retired military intelligence officer. I have 20 years with the Navy. Afterwards, I served in some civilian roles in the Joint Chiefs of Staff and other places like that. I've been at Tulane now for 6 years. Absolutely love this job. Passing on lessons learned and knowledge and experience to the next generation. And I teach courses in counterterrorism and intelligence. And I'll turn it over to Mark.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mark Richards, and I'm the Interim Associate Program Director in the Emergency and Security Studies program. I'm a 24-year plus veteran of the Louisiana State Police. And during that time, I've served as the public safety and security lead for the state of Louisiana and as emergency manager for the state police. And I'm currently still working with the state police where I'm director of training. I'll be there until the end of the year. I began with Tulane about 1.5 years ago as an adjunct lecturer in the graduate studies program and also in the undergrad program this fall, where I teach emergency management and leadership courses. So again, I echo Mike's sentiments that it's really good to see y'all on here today, and we look forward to working with y'all.
So a little bit about the School of Professional Advancement, or what we know as SOPA. SOPA is a part of a very long history of schools on Tulane's campus that is dedicated very strongly to working adults. SOPA prides itself on ensuring that we educate those who are in the working field, and we make sure that those students get the education that they need through flexibility and online learning, as well as on-ground learning, so that you can develop the skills that you need in order to be successful. SOPA has, its predecessors was founded on that, and that's the tradition that and the mission that SOPA will continue to do. So pretty much a little bit more about SOPA in depth is that the courses and the programs that we offer are very flexible. They're affordable for you as students. We have a wide range of courses and programs that are dedicated to online learning. We pride in student support to make sure that you get all of the information that's needed so that you are successful. From the programs that you're enrolled in, to the faculty that are involved, to the staff that are involved in terms of supports. And so basically the reason why you would want to choose SOPA is because of all of those things, but more importantly, the flexibility is the most important thing for you. So a little bit about online learning and how we structure it. Our classes are designed through Canvas, which is a platform that we use, and we design the classes as to where all the materials are online in one place for you. We use videos, simulations, interactive videos to enhance your learning. We also make sure that you're connected with not only your faculty, but peers as well. And that's what makes the online learning experience a bit more well-rounded and inclusive. We look at students in terms of what their educational needs are, and we use that to design our classes. And we meet with students, most of the time once a month is usually how the online classes are structured. And the faculty design it where they speak through those live sessions. They may have guest speakers, as well as having an interactive session with your classmates. So this gives you a little bit more information about how the online learning platform is utilized. When you look at how often students use the online platform, it is great. It is very intensive. It's usually students are able to log in at any point in time so that they can have access to their classes. And it makes for your learning to be designed for you and that flexibility. We have 8 master's degrees that are online. We have 11 graduate certificates that are online, as well as some post-baccalaureate certificates. We have over 300 courses that are being taught online and developed through Canvas. And through those, we have faculty who are trained extensively to make sure that these courses are easily accessible and that the instruction is very clear for you to understand. I will turn it over to Dr. Wallace.
Yeah, so the Homeland Security field initially was established after 9/11 to fight against terrorism, counterterrorism operations. After Katrina that happened here in New Orleans in 2005, we saw kind of a shift from just a focus on terrorism to actually all hazards. And what we mean by that are everything that can happen to a city, state, nation, either natural or man-made. So this includes hurricanes, tornadoes, terrorist events, and things like that. Homeland Security is actually a very big field. It includes areas such as emergency management, critical infrastructure, cyber, security, intelligence, counterterrorism, Homeland Defense, which is a little different. It's actually the military's side of Homeland Security, and also border security. So when you talk about Homeland Security, you're talking about a very large and diverse field. Next slide, please. And this is reflected in some of the job options. You can see here, everything from the local, state, federal level, there are jobs in Homeland Security and Homeland Security type of fields. We also sometimes forget about the private sector. Businesses need a lot of the same skills that Homeland Security graduates have, especially in emergency management and critical infrastructure and business continuity. We're seeing that now. The fact that businesses are having to kind of switch on the fly. The just-in-time logistics doesn't really work, and so the skills that you're going to learn in these courses are going to serve you well if you decide to go on the government side, and again, at all levels of government, local, state, or federal, all the way to the private sector in industry and healthcare. Next slide, please. So we have a number of different degrees here at Tulane in Homeland Security. This is our bachelor's degree. It's 120 total credits. 30 of those are actually in Homeland Security. And some of the courses you'll learn the basics. So that's your emergency management, health and medical issues in emergency management, intelligence analysis, and counterterrorism. From there, you get to take courses in cyber. You get to take courses in other fields like human intelligence that will make you a better rounded Homeland Security professional. So we give you the basics and then let you take courses in advanced subjects. Next slide, please. We also offer a certificate, a post-baccalaureate. So this is for people who have a bachelor's degree in another field and would like to get a certificate in Homeland Security if they're thinking about going in that field. It's made up of 8 Homeland Security undergrad classes. So the classes that you take for the major and the undergrad bachelor's, these are the same classes. Instead of 10, you take 8 for the post-baccalaureate certificate. Next. We also, for Tulane students, for Tulane undergrad students, we have a 4+1 master's program that allows you to get not only your bachelor's degree, but your master's degree within 5 years. It's a special program where before your senior year, you will apply to the graduate program, and depending on your grades, you're able to take 2 graduate courses as an undergrad, and then you'll take the rest of the courses after you graduate and move into the graduate program. So you can get an undergrad and graduate degree within 5 years. Next. And then this is our MPS in Homeland Security, a Master of Professional Studies. This degree has been, we established this in 2009, and it's been a really fun program for a lot of students. It's made up of 10 courses. You have 4 core courses. So again, you learn the basics with emergency management, health and medical issues, intelligence, and counterterrorism. And then for the other 6 courses, you get to pretty much design your graduate experience. So if you're interested in intelligence, you get to take advanced intelligence courses. If you're interested in terrorism, you get to take advanced terrorism courses, critical infrastructure, cyber. We actually have a cyber concentration, so you can get that. And some of the newest courses we've added to our curriculum, human intelligence and counterintelligence. This is taught by a former CIA case officer. We have border security, which again is taught by a border protection specialist. We have narco-terrorism, which is taught by a retired DEA agent. And then law and national security, which has been a very popular course. And this is taught by a lawyer who works for Homeland Security. And you'll see there at the bottom with all of our master's degrees, you need a minimum of a 3.0 to graduate from the program. Next slide. And here's just a small section of our faculty. The faculty is what makes this program have the great reputation that it does. We have some outstanding faculty in very diverse fields, everything from private sector to public sector, homeland security, intelligence, emergency management. You can see here the variety of jobs that these people have had. I just wanted to point out Megan McPherson, who's second from the left. She's currently the emergency manager for the Mount Sinai hospital system up in New York City. She's been working tremendously hard to make sure that New York City survives this COVID crisis. Next slide. And then we also want to talk about our current students and graduates. Our students and graduates come from a lot of different fields. A lot of the students are already in the fields, the different fields. That's not to say that you can't start this program with no experience whatsoever. We have a lot of students who do that, but you also have a lot of students who come from the military, who are in law enforcement, intelligence agencies. They're in state and local agencies doing emergency management and homeland security, and also private industry. And the best thing about this is not only do you learn from your faculty, you get to learn from the other students, and students get to learn from you, because everyone who comes to this program brings something to the program. It doesn't matter if you just graduated or you've been out of school for a while. You have experiences that can be applied in this field. Both Mark and I take this very seriously. We feel that this is a very important job that we have because we're preparing the next generation. You all are going to be taking care of us someday, so it's in our best interest to make sure that you have the best preparation possible. So I think this is the end of my section. I'll turn it back over to Amanda Hassan.
All right, so as students and for us, we know that you guys have many things that you're navigating. So you're navigating school, you're navigating work, you're navigating family. And so we have a host of different student supports that are in place for you. So we have a number of expert faculty, which is going to be a lot of your professors, as well as Dr. Wallace and Mr. Richards as well. Academic advisors that are here to create those plans so that those curriculum plans so that you know exactly where you are when you enter the programs and then where you need to go in your academics to get to graduation. We have a career counselor as well who does many webinars. She helps students with resume writing. She helps students with successful job searches and all. And the biggest thing is making sure, just as Dr. Wallace said, you're going to learn a lot from your peers, and you will also get connected with some of those alumni as well. So all of these supports are put in place to make sure that you have the best experience as a student here at SOPA. So applying is pretty easy. We make the application process as easy as possible. You will complete the application through the SOPA website. There is an undergraduate fee of $40 and a graduate fee of $50, but for attending this webinar, those fees will be waived. Once we're finished here, we have all of your information, so that'll be done automatically once you fill out your application. Make sure that you have a current ID to upload, and have your transcript sent electronically is easier just because we get it relatively quickly. But we are checking the mail at both our Uptown campus and our Elmwood campus. So if your transcripts need to be mailed directly to us, then we're actually checking that and we'll receive those as well and process those with your application. So some of the deadlines, we're coming pretty close. Tomorrow is the deadline for summer. So yes, you still have time. And again, if you're able to get your transcripts sent in electronically, makes things a whole lot easier if you're applying today or tomorrow. For the fall is August 15th, and for the spring is January 1st. These are the same dates that happen every year and every semester. So it's pretty consistent for when we're actually accepting students. Some other information for you to know, in addition to if any of you guys are transferring in any credits, we also have the ability to allow credit for life experience. So if you have been working in the field for many years and you have an area of expertise in specific areas of potentially Homeland Security, or even if it's in other areas, so such as general education requirements and humanities or social sciences, you are allowed to take a portfolio development course. And as an undergraduate, you can earn up to 24 credits. And this kind of accelerates your graduation. So it accelerates your whole entire curriculum if you're able to get the credit for life experience. As a graduate student, you would be able to do up to 6 of those credits to earn. So doing these is pretty easy. You can actually contact me or Dr. Dalila Omervik, and we will get you started with those credits for prior learning. Financial assistance, if you guys are, in addition to doing your FAFSA, your federal aid application, if you are a active duty or veteran, we have a number of different discounts on the undergraduate level as well as at the graduate level. And if you are utilizing any of your military benefits, we do have a VA representative who works in the registrar's office, and she will be sure to assist you in getting your benefits applied to your Tulane bill. But the biggest thing here is to know that we do have that 20% discount on tuition. And if you need assistance with getting that information, I'd be happy to help with that. So we have to kind of reiterate the affordability and flexibility of SOPA. mainly the affordability. Our tuition rates are noted here. For the summer, for undergraduate, it's about $476 per credit hour. At the graduate level, it's a little over $1,000 per credit hour. And it goes up a little bit slightly for the fall, but it's still extremely affordable. And the fees that we have are close to almost non-existent, if you will say. We have very, very small fees associated with our tuition rates. So we make it very affordable for you so that you're not having all of extra expense when you guys are working as well. Financial aid is available, and you can again get financial aid through FAFSA, which is through federal grants, loans. If you have any academic or educational award credit from Peace Corps or AmeriCorps, you can apply that as well. And there's the discounts that are available to you and scholarships as well. A lot of our SOPA does have specific scholarships available for students at the undergraduate level. And we have information available for scholarships at the graduate level on our website through outside sources. Does anyone have any questions that they would like to ask? Again, you can enter those questions through the chat feature and we will be happy to answer those for you. If there are no questions, want to thank you guys for joining. On the screen, you will see Dr. Wallace's information. If you have any questions at all, you can feel free to contact him, and he will be sure to answer those questions or get you connected to the right folks. Let's see, we have one question here. How many hours per week is required for the master's certificate? So in terms of how many hours per week, if you mean how many days that you may have to log into Canvas, Dr. Wallace, how much time does a student have to dedicate to their class per week?
For a 3-hour course, it's probably between 6 to 9 hours. The actual setup itself, though, there's not a set time except for the synchronous sessions that happen throughout the semester, and there should be 3 to 4 during the rest of the semester. Since it's in a asynchronous format, you will just log in and get assignments and be able to do them during the week. Does that answer your question?
Another question, are there tutors available for online master's programs?
There are not tutors available, but you'll find that the faculty make themselves available if you have questions or issues that come up. Again, I can't speak enough to our faculty. They're very dedicated. They are what we call pracademics, because they have one foot in I would say the working world and another foot in academics. So they understand that a lot of people in this program are working adults and they have problems that come up. And so if there needs to be some special, if you miss a class or there needs to be some makeup work, the instructors understand that.
Okay. So I can answer the next question about the credit for prior learning. That is assessed through a portfolio development class initially. So the first thing that the students have to do is take a 6-week intensive portfolio planning course. Once you complete the course, you'll have 6 months from that time period to develop however many portfolios you are deciding to create. You will work closely with a faculty member on developing these portfolios. And once you pass the initial course, and you work with the faculty member on a specific course. So for example, if you are extremely knowledgeable and have experience through like law and national security, for example. You would work with a faculty member on that specific course, and they will test your knowledge in that area. And from there on, you will receive credit for the course. You wouldn't receive a grade, so it would not apply to your GPA, but you would receive the credit on your transcript, and you would not have to take that class later on. Okay, so if there are no other questions, again, feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to answer any questions later. I know sometimes you may not think about those questions until after, so it's not a problem at all. Feel free to reach out, and we want to thank you for joining.